To get this game started, it's 1st and 10.
180. Get on. You.
The drive begins with Henry. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
13. Sit up. 180. Ready, shot. Sit up.
From the 32. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
They may be a dying breed in the NFL, but this is why fullbacks will continue to be used by some teams each and every year. Those bigger bodies, they're almost always good for a positive gain or someone can drag them down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Connection made to Isaac Garindo. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Escapes the pocket. Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. On the ground, this is Isaac Garindo. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Here's a give on first and goal. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. Is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders picked up the fumble and ran it home. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. That right there was impressive, Brock. Even with the fumble, absolutely no panic on his part. Finding that football, keeping the play going, and taking it in for 6.
I am just hearing my old offensive coordinator, Tom Moore, say whoever plays the hardest the longest wins. And that's what you got to do. You got to play harder. You got to play longer than your opponent. And when you get an opportunity, go seize it.
Seibert tacks on the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Wangu now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's first and 10 from the 34. Henry gets it here to start the drive. A lot of grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Go.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going option, headed left on this first down. And they take him down right along the 30.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
On first down, Jackson. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Handoff headed right to Henry. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
No, we changed it.
Lamar now from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be third and long. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens cut it to a lower point on the scoreboard. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Getting out to his left. This one falls incomplete.
Defense, relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders break the tie here in the 1st. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Seibert's able to connect on that extra point. And the Commanders take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Wangu now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Ready? Ready, shot. Sit hot.
Jackson to throw it. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get it down to a single point. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period.
Yeah.
End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give to Gurindo. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Offense up to the line fast. Here's Gurindo again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They just get the play off. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that 1st quarter. We're all knotted up at 14. Back to the bank in just a moment. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at first down here. Daniels back to throw. He's on the move. Hauled in by Garindo. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Commanders will have a first. Garindo running between the tackles. He'll cobble together a yard there. Coming in for the stop is Michael Pierce. Play fake here. Daniels bails out of the pocket quick. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Daniels now. Chased out to his right. On target to Garindo. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Daniels on first down. Finds his fullback. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. David Ojabo making that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This is Eckler on second. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Daniels throwing on third. Forced out to his right. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Worked through his progression. Nobody available. And by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks, too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball and holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
And they can't connect on the deep low. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down. A give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4. They're going for this. He connects downfield on 4. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Henry on the option. Oh, he dropped that defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, here's Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. He ends up out of bounds, but it's behind the line. That is a sack. Offense to the line for second down.
Alpha, sit hot. Hey, Ozzy, sit hot.
They motion a receiver left.
Sit hot.
After the sack, another pass on second down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing third and long.
Right shot. Sit hot.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. Nearly an interception on that play. So that brings up fourth and long.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Jordan Stout on now to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Flush down out to his left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be second down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
On second and 10 now, Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Ball at the 33 for first down. On the give, it's Garindo. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Commanders behind the sticks on second and 11. Kick the running back in motion. Here's second and 11. Flushed out of the pocket. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. Rare chance for him to throw it, but things don't work out. It's third down now.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here he is on third and long. Escapes out to the left. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
The field opened up, and he simply takes off. This is a reason that even the quarterbacks are timed in the 40-yard dash at the combine, because the elite, well, they can...
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Ravens get get some late points and the lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Completed over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. To throw, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. Hits his running back. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, break off the first down.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. It is caught left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. This one intended for the running back. So 2nd down coming up.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, it's Daniels. He'll get this one to Brown. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Now that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal. Now Daniels to throw. He's on the move. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie it before halftime. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Deontay Hardy to return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Drive starts out with a first and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Hey, Ozzie, sit up.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has it down close. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Henry punches it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grab the lead on their first series of the half. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Gurindo. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he got this close to midfield before going out. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Here's Daniels. Throw left side, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 2nd and 4. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback, complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Daniels on 1st down. Complete, it's McLaurin. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. To the sideline, complete, and he's got the 1st down as he stays in bounds.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying an inside give to Gurindo. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Working quickly here. They'll go right back to Gurindo. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Daniels now. Touchdown, Washington. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders tie us up, 28-all. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Wangu now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Flying down the middle with Henry. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Another run for Henry. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On 1st down, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked by Derek Forrest. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Let's go. Go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Rolling left, buying some time. Makes the catch and gets the feet in. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Let's go now.
McLaurin, the receiver, in motion left. So through 3, we're still knotted up in what's been an absolute shootout. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Go. Trap 60, trap 60.
Daniels back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the gun, Garindo. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some...
And he's in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 4th quarter lead. Isaac Garindo with the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Hardy on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They're out and set. First and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
And they send a man in motion. First down. Here's Lamar. Connects on the crosser. That goes for 36 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He's got it at the 5. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
13. You.
They'll run here with Henry. Has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. To throw, Daniels. Brought in right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That one's incomplete. Couldn't connect.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing now, Daniels. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, he's got a pick. He's now got a sack. I know we don't have hat tricks like hockey or soccer, but if he can recover a fumble before the game ends, why don't we invent a new stat and consider a defensive hat trick or something like it?
He's back to throw. Taking a deep shot here. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 4th quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Seibert now to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Hardy on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Connects with Bateman. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And a man is there to knock that away. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey. You change it.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. That's complete inside the 35. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Sit on.
Jackson's going to throw again. Chased out to his right. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
What a shot. You. What a shot.
Setting up to pass. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
180.
Throwing now. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Baltimore. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Big lick from the coverage team there, and that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Getting out to his left. And he got there in time. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. He'll look to throw it. Gets everything he has under this. Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Omar, ready?
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Hey, report.
Running once more with Henry. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Well, the offense wanted to spark, and he delivered a lightning bolt. Huge gain that totally changes the tone of this drive.
A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's 1st down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Forced out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Daniels now. Buys time, rolling right. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw. On the move, headed right. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. So a big kick coming up for Austin Seibert. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Oh, he missed it! The pressure got to him on that short attempt. And that miss extinguishes the last chance they had in this game.
The obvious disclaimer right here, Kate. Let's make sure the kicker doesn't, well, take the whole blame for this loss. Because, yes, it was a game-tying kick, but this team's performance and missed opportunities throughout, man, there were a lot of guys going to watch this tape and say to that kicker, I could have done more. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it ends as a win for the Ravens. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.